Something about the solstice. Um, right now. I don't usually take these cards in the reverse. The first thing I saw was, it's like you, I don't know if it's when you find this reading or it's one of the solstices but it's like all of a sudden you get off the old path, you get on a new path. It's like right now you get on the new path. But it's not forceful. Although it's not forceful because it's all happening because of, I heard, multiple alignments and some kind of big decision that a person made in the past, back then. Mating season. The calf, so Taurus, and chill, dude. I don't know why these are upside down. So a big decision that was made back then in relation to the path you were walking then, a person was walking then, is like now, right now, changing. I don't like these in the reverse. Sorry. You could try to look at it like that, but it seems a little ridiculous to put so many layers on it. It's simple. It's just like, it was old, now it's new. It's old path, new glass. Now we got new glasses in relation to the old path right now. Maybe that's what changes the path. It's just the perception. I could see someone going back in the past too and realizing like a bigger decision that they made. I heard hopefully we're looking at this in the positive. Like a bigger decision that they made put them on this new path and they're happy to be here. If for some reason the bigger decisions back then, whenever that was, if you're going back there to be like, well, if I only would have did this, maybe it's that kind of situation too. It's like, well, if I would have did this or I wouldn't have done that, then, well, you hear it in her voice. It's like, well, you know, I feel like if there was regret in relation to that or resentment or whatever, that's softening and someone now has new glasses about that, even though it's kind of a sad thing because there was love in it. It doesn't feel... Someone's softened the sharper edges of something. And that's true. So if you're doing any reflecting right now into the path of the past, then you really could see something. Maybe it's also just suggesting that. I heard someone say, wow, I've never thought of it that way. All right, let's see. Compromise and negotiation. I feel like those are very, they live in the same world. Two balsamic moons, too. That's very powerful. With fire and earth. Let's see what... So someone offers a compromise, and the other side says, this is negotiate, so that means that they don't necessarily agree to the whole thing. But perhaps most of it. But there's going to be a part of it where it's like, no, that doesn't work for me. And then I feel like it loops back around and it's kind of like, well, all right, what about this? Let's see. So someone doesn't want to compromise, or someone's having a hard time seeing it. Yeah, they're having a hard time seeing something. Someone needs new glasses. Double. Yeah, someone needs the new glasses. I heard you might have to compromise with your shadow. Some of you have a fire moon that's really hard on you. This could also be a fire mother, sister. Well, maybe if it's like, okay, this is my compromise. I'm willing to compromise. What do you? So that kind of means, it almost feels a little bit like a sacrifice, though. Because again, if someone comes into it and they're saying, I'm willing to compromise, although these cards don't show that. These cards show that they can't see something. So we have to come into somebody's got to come into this situation stating, I am willing to compromise. And I heard, what are you willing to offer? So the person on the compromise side actually has the upper hand. Although they think that they don't. So I guess you wouldn't want to be too fussy. Whoever's got the upper hand, whoever's got a hand, you wouldn't want to be too fussy, too picky, like, I heard, these are my demands. It would be, I'm willing to compromise. I heard, I'm willing to settle. Someone has to, someone's settling for something. But they don't feel settled about it until it happens. Maybe this is a lawsuit. Or something to do with that. Legal things. Let's see negotiation. Let's see what they offer. Okay. Oh, hold on. Lovers and the Ace of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Huh. Oh, so this could be like a divorce. Maybe that's, I'm looking up at Old Path. These feel like eyes right now. They're two different people. All right, so it's not, something isn't settled yet, though, right? We said, all right, I'll settle for that. I'm willing to settle, but it hasn't settled yet. It hasn't settled yet because it's not definitive. You haven't like signed on the dotted line. It hasn't been, I heard, legalized. You know, something like that has to be finalized in some kind of way. I heard, for someone to finally take a breath. All right. So we said, I'm willing to compromise. Don't be afraid to compromise. You're fine. But I would definitely have someone, if this has to do with something technical, again, like paperwork or something literally legal, I would definitely have someone go over it. You know, this could be where someone's so distraught they can't really comprehend like what's happening. And again, that's where maybe the compromise, even though they're open to some situation in a good way, it could turn into a sacrifice where they end up fucking themselves by being, like, coming into this situation, I heard, inappropriately. Okay. Right, you need the glasses to be able to see, to read the contract, I guess. Lovers is also contract. So we asked negotiation, what do you have? All right, I'm willing to compromise. What are you willing to offer? This is a really good offer. I would take it. I wouldn't ask for any more. It seems to be fair. I heard they care. Someone's not trying to screw you. They're not. And maybe this is just a more intimate conversation, not like lawyer, two parties against one another, but you could be on the same team, and it may just be like, I heard, maybe this is about forgiveness too. Because if a person's felt like, or feels like, which is more mental, but that they've sacrificed a lot, they've given a lot, and it's like, why don't you notice? Why didn't they, I don't know, appreciate or notice it or whatever? And again, because calm promise. So this is a promise to communicate. Because Nine of Swords is not communicating. It's silent with others. Page of Swords is not communicating. This is, to me, is a deaf, mute child. These are air cards, but they're more feeling. And I heard, what can I do to make you feel better? And someone's just like, nothing. Nothing, the pathless, nothing. So it could be one of those things where, I'm going back to that lawyer situation. It's like, well, because maybe someone's not willing to settle. I mean, if this has to do with shitty relationships and bad people, then no, you shouldn't settle for that. Respect yourself, of course. Of course. Love yourself, Ace of Cups. Know that you are love, right? And then I heard someone say, all right, that's settled. But that can be a good thing too, right? These words mean different things. Like, I guess I gotta settle for that. Or like, all right, this is settled. It's now settled down. It's now all points are touching the ground. It's not moving or thrashing around. It's settled. That also means I'm seeing liquid too. It's like maybe some emotions need to settle before some kind of conversation or negotiation is had, right? Because that's communication as lovers too. I don't know if we said that. Because again, I don't know if we mentioned, but I saw I saw a big cup of water, and it was murky. And after it's settled, all the heavy goes to the bottom, and it's more clear. You can pour, but you'll have to pour off that clear. I'm seeing that poured off into a different vessel, right? Ace of Cups, into this different vessel, this new vessel. And I guess that filtering takes a little bit to get all the stuff out of it. You can get the majority out, though, the first time. Once you realize what's happening there. And that's cloudiness too, with new glasses. That might just be a literal thing. Right? 2 eyes, right. Oh, so someone has astigmatism also. That may be getting... Yeah, because 9 of Swords to me is also a blind person. So we have blind, mute, and deaf. What's that? Hold on. That's a lot of senses not on. So it can't see, can't hear, can't speak. It can feel. It can feel, but it's not being touched. So maybe this is just about someone asking for what they need. Again, in some kind of basic ways. Lovers. Lovers. Queen of Coins. Have you ever cheated on anybody? Or been involved with someone that already was dating somebody? You ever been cheated on? When has that happened? Instinct with the Lovers. So I guess only you will be able to trust yourself whether this is a good offer or not. It shows me that it's a good offer. I mean, you should read the fine print, but I feel like it's not that complicated of a contract. But if whoever's all wrapped up in their head, though, they can't see, they can't. Well, I guess that's instinct, right? You can't see, you can't hear, you can't speak about it. All you can do is feel and trust yourself. But this is when a person doesn't feel confident. This fire moon, it doesn't feel confident. So again, it can't really distinguish between compromise and sacrifice a little bit. So I would wait till things settle. Again, in oneself, whoever's in this space, it's suggested to settle. Especially before going into this, because I really feel like this is a solid thing. I mean, you can think about it, but if you want to, but you don't have to rush into this. I heard, I'll get back to you. You know, go talk to God about it. Listen to your body. What does it say? I heard, what am I doing this for? Because you'll know what to do. And if you're completely lost for some reason, whoever's completely lost, maybe they need some kind of counsel. You know, again, a lawyer, I don't know, someone to get therapists to get things off their chest, some kind of direction, some way or another. Someone who can understand a little bit or help get some things out of the way. Maybe, hopefully, this reading is also helping that too. So that a person's more ready. Because again, this is a really beautiful offer. This is like, till death do you part. You know, in sickness and health. That's what I'm saying. Rich or poor. This commitment, or this, if you settle on this, it's a long, the decision, the big decision. Maybe this has to do with it back in the day. I also sense it now, though. It's like the old path, we're close now. The old path and the new path, again, it's right now, the old path is now the new path. You're on the new path. But they're still a little bit overlapping, or again, we're meant to contemplate, again, new perspectives on this, where the past, where we used to be. This wider perspective, and doing that right now is very helpful. Because that may help a person be more willing I guess to accept the beautiful gifts that are being granted right now, the love that's available to you, the friendship that's available to you, this is commitments too. Again, and they're long-term commitments. They're serious. This is a serious situation, but it feels like it has soft edges. Although the change is a little bit, in a sense, sharp or kind of scary. So again, because I feel like it would be helpful if a person was they need to kind of be reminded, like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. You're in a good position. This is, you don't have to worry. You're not going to have to sacrifice. You can and should settle. Take this offer. All right, we've said it 3 times. Peace.